Breaking news tonight in the search for the I-96 shooter. After weeks of tense commutes and terrified driving, police are announcing they've arrested a suspect in the case. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tim Doty.
And I'm Michelle DeSelms. A special task force arrested that suspect after...
As you can see, joining us to talk about some of the Michigan ballot proposals, political science professor Doug Coatman. We have touched on these before, but I think a lot of people could use a refresher because, doggone, some of this stuff is confusing.
Yeah, well, especially the ads.
It is very confusing. The ads were through last night or even this morning when I was on my treadmill, saw them. But Proposal 1 is the emergency manager law. And if you want a tougher fight in local races.
Does your gut tell you we will have a president by the end of tonight, or do you think things could stretch on later in the week?
My gut tells me we're not going to know until tomorrow, maybe mid-afternoon or something. There's a lot of states that are slow on the recounts, and there may be some provisional ballots, and we'll just have to get sort of final vote totals from today's vote to know how much those later votes might affect it.
And both sides already have lawyers in place, already have money reserved for a potential fight.
Yeah, there could be potential fights in 10 states. So we could have Florida 2000 in 2 or 3 or 4 places. You certainly hope not. Oh, don't we hope that's not going to happen.
Yes.
But both sides are really lawyered up.
All right, Doug Coatman, we will see you back in the 6 o'clock hour to talk about the remaining proposals and any other questions that pop into our head about this stuff. Janice, we are at Pepino's in downtown Grand Rapids. This is where the entire Kent County GOP is gathering. Former Congressman and Senate hopeful Pete Hoekstra just walked into some big cheers. A lot of smiles here. Justin Amash, that you mentioned, has been here for a couple of hours now. He's very relaxed. He is very casual. He's walking around in a sweater and a pair of jeans. It's kind of what you would expect for a guy who's only 32 years old. He is trying to hold off Steve Peska. Peska, a lot of people in the Grand Rapids area know because he was a Kent County commissioner. He was a Kent County judge. He also served as a state representative for a lot of years. He is now a small business owner, and he says that Amash, even though this is a very conservative area, is a bit too conservative. Amash is filling the seat that was formerly filled by Vern Ehlers for a lot of years, and before that, many years before, this is the Gerald Ford seat. Now, he has voted for everything that has been in front of him. Amash is taking great pride in saying that he has never missed a vote, and he has explained every vote that he has made on Facebook. But his critics, among them Steve Peska, are saying he is too negative. Some have called him Mr. No, so he's hoping to capitalize on that tonight. Here, everybody is saying it is all Justin Amash. They are very excited. We will be sure to bring you all the updates when they come in. Live in Grand Rapids, Tim Doty, Fox 17 News.
Thanks, Tim.
Christian, still no word on how the race for the 3rd congressional seat is going, but we do know who won the 2nd congressional seat. That is Congressman Bill Huizenga. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
This was a very relaxed election night for you. Your closest challenger, Willie German Jr., was a write-in candidate. Have you ever had an election night as relaxed as this?
We've been working hard, actually, because it's about the whole team. And, obviously, we'd love to see Michigan go a little differently with Mitt Romney and Pete Hoekstra, but I've got a lot of new people here in Kent County that I've had to introduce myself. So, So we've been working very hard to make sure that happens. But hey, this is an environment where you take nothing for granted, and we didn't.
With your close mentor, Pete Hoekstra, falling short tonight, and you're being excited about keeping your seat, is it a night of mixed emotions?
Oh, sure it is. Obviously, I think we're getting a lot of mixed messages from the American people. It looks like we may actually make gains in the House of Representatives and increase our majority, yet we see some stumbling happening on the Senate races, and obviously that presidential race is too close to call at this point. So we'll see. So personally, it's gratifying, but I want to make sure we've got the right team in place.
Your mottos are stop spending and create jobs. Yeah. Everybody would agree with that. How do you get it done?
Yeah, that's the key element here, and I think we have not had a serious enough mind about restraining our spending and looking at creating an atmosphere for job creation, whether it's the EPA or the NLRB or all this alphabet alphabet soup of, federal regulatory agencies. We're creating an atmosphere that's hostile to small businesses and job creators, and that's really what my focus is going to be, trying to change that, and then making sure that we don't put our kids and our grandkids under this mountain of debt that they can't get out from under.
Do you have a feeling on the third seat with Justin Amash?
Yeah, I think Justin's going to win this thing, and hey, anytime you get a couple of $1 million thrown at you, it's going to make a dent. But he's a tough campaigner, and he's going to be just fine. And
are you going to be on Fox 17 Morning News tomorrow?
I'm supposed to be on, I think, tomorrow at 7:05. So it's going to be a short night, I think.
Congressman Bill Heisman, congratulations.
Good seeing you, Tim. Thanks.
Guys, we'll send it back to you. We will be here all night until we find out what is happening with that third congressional seat.
All right, thanks for that, Doty.